Hello, my fellow Cal State LA students. We students are the future doctors, engineers, and even the President of the United States. Now imagine if a certain class in college stopped them from having a successful career. Today, our group is going to discuss an important issue that affects all of us as students. That issue is not getting classes we need due to the fact that our school is not offering enough classes. When there are not enough classes being offered, that means it takes students longer to graduate and more work for our professors. Today, my group and I will go over how there are not enough classes being offered, then how budget cuts affect us, and finally what can be our solution to this problem.
Students have long complained that state schools classes are either full or not offered. Cal State LA is one of the very hard-hit ones because it's the cheapest Cal State in the system. Cal State LA has 16,008 undergraduate students, which is small compared to Fullerton's 33,049 and Long Beach's 20,604. According to the editor of collegenews.usnews.reviewsandrankings.com, published in March 2013, at Cal State LA, 67% of applying freshmen are accepted, due to the fact that it is the least selective school in the system. Of that 67%, 7% have a 4-year graduation rate. The small undergraduate student body is both due to the campus's small administrative body and the placement of the campus, making it a commuter school. As said before, 7% of Cal State LA students graduate in 4 years. There are many general education classes that students must take, but many of them cannot finish them in the allotted 2-year period. According to the editor of collegenews.usnews.reviewsandrankings.com, this is due to class size. 61.7% of the classes at Cal State LA have between 20 and 49 students. 30.5% have fewer than 20, and 7.8% have 50 or more. Knowing this, we see that most classes do have a good amount of students in them, but there are some classes that aren't necessary to graduate. Also, there are many classes that are only offered once a year. Classes such as Biology 200A and B are only offered in the fall and the winter and once again in the summer, stuffing both classes in a 10-week period. The thing about summer is that almost no financial aid is given, and the class would cost about $2,490 per student. The maximum capacity of this class is also only high at 120 students. However, this class is required for over 35% of the majors offered at Cal State LA. If you miss this class once, it may hold you back a year to graduate until you can finally get it. Nursing students also have their school years planned out for them once in the program, but if you fail one class, you must wait a whole year to start taking class again. Graduation is in turn being cut short due to students not being able to get their classes and because of budget cuts. This problem has been an ongoing problem that seems to get worse as each year becomes more impacted with new students. At this rate, graduation is looking in far reach for current students and future students. Let's find out the reason to this epidemic.
One of the main issues why there is a shortage in available classes is due to budget cuts. In 2011, the state government in California proposed a decision of massive cuts to public education of all levels to help balance the state budget. Doing so has affected schools all across California, cutting administrative staff, increasing class sizes, and a massive shortage in classes available for students. These budget cuts have made it nearly impossible for all students to get the classes they need because of the lack of open classes and less teachers available. Several students are being held back for being behind in classes because of this issue, and it is highly affecting them on their journey to achieve their career goals. According to the article, Budget Cuts to Hit Public Education in California by Jack Cody and Russell Roller, published April 13, 2011, it states that the idea to bring upon these budget cuts came from Governor Jerry Brown. The article states that class sizes had increased since 2007 and underfunded schools have not been able to provide new textbooks or electronics such as computers for students and teachers. These budget cuts have caused for several professors to be laid off, which minimized the amount of courses being offered. Based on the article, the state had handed out 26,000 pink slips to teachers. In addition, another 15,000 to other school employees. Also, these budget cuts have been present in our schools for many years, and Brown proposed to make even bigger cuts against levels K through 12 colleges and universities. Brown approved $1.7 billion in cuts for public universities and community colleges for 2012, and additional cuts will be made in the future. In addition, the CSU system will lose at least $500 million in funds, and enrollment will be cut by 10,000 students. Due to there being less professors, class sizes have increased. Based on the website www.ppic.org, the impact of budget cuts on California's community colleges, from the Public Policy Institute of California by Sarah Bond, Belinda Reyes, and Hans Johnson, published in March of 2013, the number of students per section in the years 2010 to 2011 have risen more than any previous academic year over the past decade. Also, they expected the class sizes to continue to increase through 2011. Due to this increase in class sizes, there has been a reduction in courses offered, which is still affecting students to this day. From 2008 to 2011, there has been a loss of 350 sections. Many of us students have trouble obtaining the classes we need because there are many students applying for the same class and so little amount of sections being offered. If the classes we want are full, our options are to waitlist or to impatiently wait for the next quarter. These budget cuts are highly affecting our education as students. Not funding our schools is affecting our futures. We must come to a solution and find a different route to be able to serve all students, or else further problems will arise. For example, opening the courses for specific grade levels in order for there to be an easier chance of getting classes.
Now I'll explain how students will be able to get the classes they need. With the decreasing amount of resources needed to provide for the increasing demands of certain courses at California schools, students' futures are looking to go down a slippery slope. Action must be taken in order for students to get the classes needed so they can move further on in their education. With that said, all 23 CSUs have implemented new tactics on how to provide more classes starting the 2013 academic school year. There are also many ways as a CSULA student to get priority registration. On www.sundial.edu, the article CSU launches new online course programs in all 23 campuses, published on August 25, 2013 by Michael Alvarez. A new approach is being taken in efforts to provide more classes for students. According to the Intra-System Concurrent Enrollment Program, otherwise known as ICE, both freshmen and transfer students can take online GE courses at any other CSU campuses. There are also a total of 36 online courses, some being biology and statistics. These are the classes that hold up students from progressing further on their degree. CSU spokesman Eric Ballas stated that the goal of ICE program is to reduce the influx of students waiting to register for the bottleneck courses, which are the popular upper and lower division courses required to graduate. ICE is expecting an additional 15,000 to 20,000 students enrolled for spring 2014, and hope that these extra online classes will help with the congestion. Well, ICE just started this year, and we will be seeing how well this strategy works. There's something as a CSULA student you can do in order to increase the chances of getting required classes. There are many ways a student can get priority registration. Yes, this means that headaches of closed classes in your shopping cart will no longer be a problem. One way to get priority registration is by joining a sports team. Not only is there basketball or volleyball, but the debate team also counts as a sports category. So being athletically fit does not discriminate in priority registration. Another way to get early registration is by joining CSULA's student government ASI. Other benefits come with joining ASI, such as getting involved with the school, and your ideas or inputs on how to improve the school will be heard. Note-taking can also be another way to get priority registration. All you need to do is apply online and take notes for a student with disabilities. These are only the few ways to get priority registration. It is up to you as a student to take the matters into your own hands if you want to get the classes needed.
So the problem me and my group discussed was there wasn't enough certain classes being offered at this school. We first went over how some classes need more room because not enough are being offered. Then we discussed how budget cuts affect the school, and finally what you as a student can do in order to increase the chances of getting the required classes you need. While it takes a few years to completely diminish this problem, hopefully you as a student will take action by taking online courses or getting priority registration as a temporary fix to prevent any future headaches.